457602. Look, bang!
Access granted.
What up, what up, what up? I want to thank each and every individual for chiming in. It's always greatly appreciated. I hope everyone has had a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family and your friends. You know, hope that you're doing well. Hope that you're alive. And great things going on. One of the things I just want to say is that it's always a blessing to be in the presence of good folks, be in the presence of good people, be in the presence of what is and what's to be, what's to come, and so forth. We're going to dive into this thing right quick. You know, for those that don't know what has happened or what's been going on regarding the turkey leg hut out there in H-Town, we're going to talk about it. I believe it's something that needs to be talked about. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to have fun with it. So, without further ado, grab your shoulder pads, grab your helmet, and let's get this work. Let's go.
Tonight's program is a teaching moment in what happens when you trust the wrong people, and more importantly, when you have women around you who are set to self-destruct. Just in time for the holidays, the turkey leg hut, which has become a bit of a popular phenomenon out of Houston, Texas, and has been a wild success story of overcoming the odds, has apparently come to its apparent end. Just in time for Thanksgiving, to give you even less to be thankful over here, coming out of Houston, Texas here. This story was published a couple of days ago. The events actually kind of happened here last week, I believe it was. But you see the article headline here: Houston's turkey leg hut closes as foreclosure moves forward. What? After making its mark as one of Houston's most beloved restaurants, the Turkey Leg Hut has officially closed its doors. On November 22nd, 2024, a federal judge gave the go-ahead for the property's landlord, CNPH Properties, LLC, to move forward with foreclosure on the building at 4830 Alameda Road. So the media here is posting addresses. The Turkey Leg Hut has officially closed so they are its celebrating doors because on November 22nd, 2024, a federal judge gave the go-ahead for the property's landlord in neighborhoods targeted this place from the very first day, just showing you that racism and white supremacy is alive and well in Houston. Thank you, Sylvester Turner, for your contributions. Since opening in 2017, the Turkey Leg Hut, founded by Lynn Price and Nakia Holmes, very glad that they at least got the order correct here, but founded by Lynn Price, Lynn is a guy, by the way, and Nakia Holmes is a female, we'll come back to that, quickly became a favorite.
You know I had to grab me a drink on this one. What happens when having the wrong person in your life just messes up an empire, messes up a good situation that you work so hard to build? You know, what if the shoe was on the other foot? How would that woman feel if the person that she was with just sabotaged and threw everything away? Can you really explain that? Or how can you explain it? What can you say? what can be said. I'm thankful for those that chime in this evening at the King's table. We're having a real good discussion. And I really want to chime in on this thing. And it saddens me to hear what has transpired with the turkey leg hut. I mean, I ate at that place once, but it was once enough to have a good experience. But without further ado, I'm gonna let him continue. Shout out to my man, the business, giving great information. Go to his channel, show the king some love. So let's continue to eat.
Favorite, not just for locals, but also for tourists and even celebrities, drawn by its famous turkey legs and vibrant atmosphere. The restaurant became a third ward gym, serving up meals that kept people coming back for more. But behind the lines of customers and plates of turkey legs, the restaurant's financial struggles started to catch up. Now, notice they skipped straight past the constant harassment by the neighborhood. They skipped straight over that. They just omitted, by the way, the constant harassment from 2017 until the pandemic by the White Neighborhood Association, if you call it welcoming committee, that made it their job to try to close the restaurant down with constant harassment and complaints until one of the people white folk in the neighborhood, one of the white people in the neighborhood actually acted like an ally and told the truth about what was happening and said, hey, here's the email that they've been passing around. They've been passing around an email. They've been contacting this lawyer, and they've been saying that we are conspiring to close this place down. So after that neighbor did that, all of a sudden the neighborhood stopped their garbage. But by the way, that was what happened in the 21st century. And that doesn't happen to any other group of people, just this one, just us. That's it. It says here, behind the lines of customers placing turkey legs, the restaurant's financial struggles started to catch up. In December 2022, remember this is the height of the pandemic, U.S. Foods, we've all seen that truck going around, filed a $1.2 million lawsuit against the turkey leg hut, claiming unpaid bills. Then, now here's a key date here. Then in early 2023, keep that date, that year, 2023, which was last year, but keep that early 2023, keep that number, that date in mind.
I love how my man is cooking it up. Boy, he's seasoning everything up. He's going in and he it's almost like he's luring you in. You got to season up the story. He's peppering it up. He's peppering everything up to get it ready for you. And then lure you with the boom. Shout out to Vodka, Pink Whitney. One love. Let's go.
Keep that time frame in mind. We will be redressing it soon. In early 2023, the restaurant found itself in another legal battle, this time with a former business partner who was awarded over $900,000 in a lawsuit. Basically, he had bought part of the business and invested in it, and they paid him like $600,000. He was supposed to get $1.5 million. They paid him like $600,000. Didn't want to pay the other $900,000. He took him to court. He won. So anyway, they had to pay him $900,000. He was awarded $900,000. By March 2023, the restaurant filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Remember, Chapter 11 is reorganization, hoping to restructure its finances and continue operating. But the problems didn't stop there. Now remember, early 2023, so by spring of 2023, they're filing bankruptcy. Court documents showed the turkey leg hut couldn't keep up with the rent payments, adding to its mounting debts. Despite the struggles, the restaurant tried to keep things running as normal, keeping its doors open for loyal customers who continue to support them. The combination of unpaid bills, ongoing lawsuits, and a heavy financial burden proved too much for the restaurant to overcome. In November 2024, the judge...
When it comes to owning a business and running a business, you have to know the ins and the outs and the outs and ins and so forth, having this and that and the third. And what we're really, well, I don't know how to explain it, but the best way I know how is that you have to be, when you begin to start seeing those red flags, when you begin to start seeing things, if they were going like this, if your bracket is like this, and then you slowly start seeing things begin to take a detour or a dive, you have to examine that. You have to look into that. What are your thoughts? When you're running your business, everything is on the up and up, and you begin to start seeing things begin to decline. Do you ignore them or do you investigate it? Because something is going on behind the scenes. It's the reason why your business is starting to decline a little bit.
Judge's ruling allowed the landlord to take action on the property, effectively ending the turkey leg hut's time in Third Ward. Now, they're, of course, very cheerful about this in the media. They love hearing that kind of thing right there because economic warfare is warfare. So be very, very clear about that. But this does.
But not only that, but when it comes to Black-owned businesses, most don't ever want to see it succeed. Even those in your own circle don't want to see you succeed. Let me make that perfectly clear. Sometimes those in your own circle, those in your own circle do not want to see you succeed. Why is it with Black folk this happens? Why is it with Black folk we destroy our own community, we destroy our own business, we run our own business into the ground, we juck and jive and screw each other over? Why is that? You notice they don't do that in any other race. We the only race that do that to ourselves and each other. But then talking about you the damn victim. Ain't that about a bitch?
Doesn't tell you what you need to know. Anybody in history 10, 20 years from now who reads this article will be woefully misinformed and completely deceived about what happened at the turkey leg hut. Let's be very, very clear. The story of the turkey leg hut starts with one man. That man right there, Lynn Price. We covered this before. He was in prison at the time. When he got out, he started moving and shaping. He got a food truck.
Now, this is the man here, the brains and the operations of the turkey leg hut. And the individual standing next to him is his later wife. But peep game, there's more coming. It's about to get more juicier than ribs and cake.
The turkey leg hut was his idea. His wife comes along much later. The turkey leg hut was his idea. He was the one who started it. He was the one who got it started. He was the one who made it viable. He is responsible for what you call the turkey leg hut. She comes along later. However, in a case of brazen avarice, look it up, in a complete case of greed, he had her involved and wrapped up in the finances. And of course, nature is going to take its course once that occurs. So what we want to do here is go back to the stories we were reading, and we want to go ahead and take a look at a different article from Eater. Now, this was from February of this year, February 2024, but it's important because it takes us where we need to go. Following divorce filing. What?
Yeah, divorce filing. Did she file for divorce? Did he file for divorce? Divorce filing. go.
Kia Holmes seemingly takes the turkey leg.
Shit.
Well, her ex, Lindell Price, posted and deleted his notice of termination on Instagram. Now this is from February of this year. Though the restaurant's website still tells the story of Nakia Holmes, formerly Price, and Lindell Price founding the turkey leg hut after being inspired by fare at the Houston Rodeo, complete with a smiling photo of the couple, the court documents tell the story of an empire in disarray. Nakia began using her maiden name, Holmes, following her divorce filing in May 2023. Her divorce filing in May 2023. What was that date they told you all that they really started running into trouble? In early 2023.
Damn!
And by March of 2023, they had filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. 2 months later, she files for divorce. So what does that tell you? They were having problems. Lindell was having problems out of his wife for a while.
And what will bring up those problems? I don't know. Not getting enough attention, wanting all the attention. Question. Maybe this is a question for Black women. Why is it that a large number of Black women feel that they have to have all of the damn attention? Feel like everything should be handed to them. Feel noticed. I should have all the attention. Me. I. I want all the glamour. I want all the fame. I want all the notoriety. I want all the perks of being the headliner, being the main event, the main course. Why is that, ladies? Why would you single-handedly destroy your marriage, destroy your household, and lose your teammate? For what? Greed. Is it that important to you? You have to have it all? You have to be accepted? Things have to go your way? But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to let this play. Then we're going to come back to it. Because I have a bone to pick with a large number of you modern, feminist, spider monkey, mop bucket, heifer, heathen pirates.
He had been having trouble out of her for a while. She had been a problem for a long time. Lawsuits, unpaid bills, unpaid vendors. And then ultimately her trying to pull a power move, because remember, if he's a convicted felon, that's going to make it very hard for him to operate and move in business like he needs to. So if he's got her basically being the person putting stuff in her name, she gets big-headed. And then next thing you know, she's finally feeling important. And remember, the only thing that they love better than a good marriage is a good divorce. So, yeah, that's why I wanted you to remember those dates. I wanted you to remember that early 2023 because, yeah, I know exactly what was happening in early 2023 and by the middle of 2023. And this egomaniacal woman that he had with him, who was more interested in getting shine and being seen and feeding her bottomless ego, she was most concerned about that. He was concerned about running the business. She
was more concerned about herself being selfish. And why is it a large number of black women so damn selfish? Well, you just can't blame everything on black women. I'm not. That's why I use the word some, large number. Every woman is different. Well, you look at other women from other communities. Some of them operate in the same way, some of them don't. That's why a large number of men operate in the way of Tom Brady and in the way of the soccer player. Have everything put in your mama name. Or my boy Kevin Trudeau, have everything put in your dog's name. In order to put your assets, they need a name. They need something for those assets to go. So when things like this take place, you only get what you came in here with. And you're going to leave what you came with. See, I'm building a brand. The King's Table Podcast. It's a brand. This right here is my clothing line. Truck Nation Sportswear. It's my brand. It's my clothing. It's my business. Ain't no way in hell I'm going to build my empire and give half of it to someone else. I got news for you. I'm going to give you a heads up. You ain't going to get shit this way. Because my assets are already set. And I'll say that, and I'll leave it at that. Let's continue.
He was concerned about being important and being seen. So the moral of this story is men have to understand that attention is a form of currency to females. But understand something, it goes beyond that. Attention is also a religion. There are many women who are willing to die for attention. They're willing to die just to be seen. They're willing to die so people even put a like on their post, just one or two. They're willing to crash out and annihilate themselves, literally die for attention. And in her case, she wasn't the most important thing, so she undermined her husband to get the business out from up under him. And she didn't last a year. Let's keep that in mind. She sat up here and did all this sidewinding and, double crossing and double dealing. And she barely made it another year. So if she was the real brains behind this, please explain to me how it is they started in 2017 and she undermines him and wrestles control away from him last year. And a year later, they're closed down completely.
I hope, and you know me, but I don't like to see good people get done dirty. I pray that karma shows up at her front door. That karma knocks and she opens that door. Karma's like, here I am. I'm here for you. You and only you. Hands behind your back. You're coming with me. And I'm only going to tell you once.
If she was the brains and if we can just get him out the way because he's the problem, you got him out the way last year and then the business is gone a year later. But that's not the end of the story, everyone. It's not the end of the story. Stick with me here. We're going to get with that. Nakia began using her...
Boy, she is kind of thick, though. Got some yams on her. But the way she moves makes her look ugly. Makes her look nasty and disgusting. See, a large number of you women got to know that. You can look good and tantalizing and delicious and tasteful. But when you open up your mouth, men are turned off. You look ugly, you sound ugly. The way you move. It's not like a normal loving person that is supportive moves. You move like an individual that have sold their soul to the things of this world.
Her maiden name, Holmes, following her divorce filing in May of 2023.
That means she planned it.
The Houston Chronicle reported, and in an Instagram post shared to a personal account from November 2023 that was reposted on X, Holmes accused Price, so Nakia accused her husband of being, quote, abusive emotionally and mentally. Abusive emotionally and mentally. Take a look at her behavior here in a moment. You tell me who the abuser is. On Tuesday, February 6th, Price...
Of course, you got to paint the picture. You got to paint the scene. You got to do the narratives. So if you paint the picture to discredit an individual, is to your reason why you file for divorce. But all a person has to do is sit back and listen to you and watch you, how you move. Then they will come to the decision and come to the conclusion that everything that you stated about him was not true. But yet we watching how you move. And we believe him over you. Takes it back to my time in the wilderness. The things my ex-wife was saying. But she only spoke to specific individuals. He did this. He did that. She knew she had no grounds for terminating our marriage. But if she could discredit my character, that would give her leverage. In her mind, this is the reason. I know exactly what this heifer doing. She planned at this shit. Destroy that man. First destroy his character to make him look bad. So that can be the follow-up. That can be the backup to this is why I divorced him. This is why we're here. Had nothing to do with that. Had a lot to do with greed and selfishness. You wanted the spotlight. You wanted attention. You wasn't getting enough attention. You stupid son of a...
posted and then deleted a letter of termination from Turkey Leg Hut to his Instagram account with the caption, "I can't make this S up." In the since deleted post, a consultant who had apparently been hired to help the company streamline its finances tells Price in a letter that his employment is terminated effective immediately. Now, please remember, on the website and everything else, it says that he's a founder of the business. Their website officially recognizes him as founding the business, and yet his avaricious, greedy, self-indulgent, narcissistic wife comes along, and this is what happens. The consultant notes that Price will not be allowed on the premises for any purpose. office in order to preserve the, quote, safety and security of our staff and premises. So this is a vindictive female talking here. She wants to run things. She wants to run things. Now, he built it, he created it, he made it, but she now wants to run it. Even if she doesn't deserve it, even if she doesn't know what she's doing, she wants to run it now. And who cares if I run it to the concrete and destroy it?
Leave a comment in the box for me. Let me know if you're feeling me. Let me know if you're feeling this. Please leave a comment in the box. This is live. So I'm thankful and I'm appreciative of those that chimed in. This is a really good piece right here, because we're talking about having the wrong person in your life and they take from you off something you built, off something you created. She comes in and wants to run your shit, wants to run what you've built, wants to run and control what you created, because she money hungry, because she greedy. You cannot be making this shit up, player. This shit really does happen. This really does go on. And we bring it into the forefront. Because at the end of the day, you know how many men have started businesses, have created things, invented things, and instead of their wife being supportive, they want to sit up there and be greedy and selfish. I want the attention too. I'm not getting enough attention. I'm not noticed. I'm not being noticed enough. I should be noticed. Everybody should know me. Hey, everybody. Hey, look at me. It's me. Hey, it's me. Hi. Okay, I'm not getting enough attention. So let me dress a little bit more provocative. Let me dress a little slutty. Let my cleavage show. Let my cheeks show. Instead of being a loving, supportive wife. Instead of riding in the back seat. Sometimes being in the background is more important than being seen by everybody. All attention is not good attention. Sometimes you get the wrong intention. You draw the wrong intention to you. Then you be between a pimp and a hard place.
Am I important? Can I be seen? Am I important? Even if I'm only important for 5 seconds, this is the most important 5 seconds of my life. I've never been important before. I've never been seen. Can I be important? The letter asserts this is, quote, consistent with standard procedures following a firing. Price also posted a screenshot of a person he purports to be Holmes removing himself and several others from an employee group chat. His Instagram profile bio still identifies him as co-owner and co-founder of the restaurant. Holmes filed a request for a temporary restraining order in June 2023, the Houston Chronicle reports, alleging that Price had taken money and her car keys from the restaurant and had committed family violence. Of course, complete nonsense, but you get the idea. Now, they go on here to say they're talking about a past incident here. It doesn't really matter. But in 2020, Holmes was sued by, now they're talking about Nakia now. We're talking about Nakia. We're talking about the female here. They're talking about her. In 2020, Holmes was sued by a former minority owner in Turkey Leg Hut, Stephen Rogers, for reportedly diverting funds away from the business and into other ventures, as well as encouraging patrons to visit Turkey Leg Hut food trucks owned by another company Rogers had no investment in. Don't worry, we'll come back to that in just a moment.
Boy, this was a dirty motherfucker. Taking money out of the account and putting it in another account for another business to try to branch. Man. This is where we at. This is what we're living in. This is that. I had to laugh at that one.
Holmes filed a countersuit accusing Rogers of embezzlement and other allegations related to financial mismanagement. This story will be updated as information becomes available. So, this is what they were talking about here. This is what they had going on. This is what they had going on here. When she had an opportunity to quote unquote run it, when she had an opportunity to do it her way, that's what occurred when she had the chance to do that. Now, I want to take you to one more story here so we can keep you up to date. And this is a teaching moment for everyone listening here tonight. This is a teaching moment. This is from Chron, CHRON. Turkey Leg Hut landlord terminates lease after bankruptcy court's okay. Pay attention, everyone. This is going to definitely be worth you doing so. On November 22nd, U.S. Bankruptcy Court Judge Eduardo Rodriguez signed an order allowing the property owner of 4830 Alameda Road to terminate the Turkey Leg Hut's lease. According to the court document, the new order will allow creditors to take action against the debtor's property, including repossession, foreclosure, and or eviction. In October, property landlord CNPH Properties LLC filed an amended motion asking the court to allow foreclosure or repossession of the restaurant. They said that Turkey Leg Hut owner Nakia Holmes, people, you notice only her name. Nakia Holmes reportedly owed CNPH Properties $109,790.
Good.
Auntie, chill. All that money they were making, and she still owed them $109,000. That means she wasn't paying any bills, people. That's what it means. Everybody who lives in Houston knows they were making way more than this, so she just wasn't paying anything. So her husband was interested in running a business. She was interested in running her mouth. And I want men to pay very, very careful attention to that. A lot of the time you end up settling for a female who is nothing but trouble. You're trying to run a business and she's trying to run her mouth.
Not only that, but she in everybody else's business instead of minding her own fucking business. See, that's the problem. And you know what? I have to address this to men. Be careful of the type of woman you get into a relationship with. Be careful of the type of woman you marry. Be careful of the type of woman you getting cheeks from. Be careful of the type of woman that's sitting in the passenger seat of your damn car. Be careful of the type of woman you let come to your place. Be careful of the type of woman you let lay in your damn bed. Be careful of the type of woman you let sit on your couch and eat your damn food. Because you can let the wrong one in. And she will fuck your life up. She'll straight dog you. She'll straight dog you like Detroit Lions are doing right now within the NFL. Just dogging people right now. And your ass to be in a fucking fight like Ohio State, University in Michigan. Just be fighting. An all-out brawl. Be careful, man. Guard yourself at all times. Know who you are and whose you are in the season of your life. Embrace it and walk in that.
And as long as they fire in bed, you're overlooking things. And it's like, hey, there's certain things you shouldn't overlook. Oh, well, she's competent at some stuff. Yeah, but is she calculating and greedy? It's one thing for her to be greedy and helps make her competitive. Make sure that you don't put her into a position where she's legally entangled in what you're doing and you've got some permanent connection that you can't sever. Because when she becomes trouble, you need to be able to send her down the river. And I meant what I said.
Damn that. When she begin to act up, you give her damn pink slip and you go take her friend. Anytime your woman acts up, you go get her friend. Anytime a woman acts up, you give her pink slip. Fuck that. Because at the end of the day, just like a job, if you are a liability and you're costing your job money and time because you come in late, you don't punch out at the correct time, you're not handling your workload responsibilities, what do? After giving you so many warnings? They fire your ass and they replace you. Before they fire you, they already have brought in someone in to train them for your position. Once they have been successfully trained for your position, then that's when they're going to fire you. Well, it's the same thing in the relationship. I'm going to bring in somebody else to train them for your position. And once they're ready, I'm going to get rid of you. Here, tax write-off. Be on your way. You and your cheeks can go.
Rumors surrounding the Turkey Leg Hut's closure have circulated for months. The restaurant closed from September 20th to 22nd after Houston Health Department inspectors found over 35 health code violations. Restaurant representatives claimed that the popular spot would be closed, quote, for some exciting renovations. Folks, this is all Nakia. Let's please be very, very clear. This is all under her administration, under her management. She had gotten her husband out of the way. She had already neutralized and sidelined him. This is her doing. After she sat up here and took control from him, the health department gets dozens of violations. She owes every damn body there is. Employees are not getting paid. This is her leadership. She took a great thing and she trashed it.
And now, karma is knocking at her door. Karma's paying her a visit. Oh, she gonna regret. Like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. Nah, heifer, you shouldn't have. But since you chose to do this, you did him a favor. Because he's gonna be blessed. Doors gonna open up for him. He's gonna get him somebody else. Ain't nobody gonna want you. I mean, you know, they may want to smash, but ain't no man stupid enough to wipe you up. Why? Well, look how you conduct business. Look at your character. Integrity is everything. Look at your behavior. Look at the way you move. You think a man is actually going to be stupid enough to wife you up after seeing this? Motherfucker, you out your damn mind. I mean, hey, granted, you cute and all. Pookie and Ray Ray gonna smash and lay up with you for a little bit. But to actually take you seriously, hell no. A woman would take him seriously. A woman would take him. It's going to hurt for a while. But it's part of the process, part of the healing process. Hey, I know what that hurt is like. I've been there. But I also know what the healing is like. I also know what the blessing is like. I also know what it's like to walk on the other side. I also know what it's like to see the trees from the forest. I also know what it's like to rejoice. I also know what it's like to rebuild, and you will rebuild, King. Believe that. Be glad she divorced you. Trust me.
So that she could be seen. And guess what? She likes this right now, even having to go down in flames. Well, at least people are acknowledging her existence. I mean, yeah, she's burned it all down, but at least she gets to have an extra 15 minutes of fame for destroying something that she didn't build and that was much better without her. But okay, well, can I be seen? The Turkey Leg Hut's future has been in a precarious balance since declaring bankruptcy in March 2024. The bankruptcy declaration came during a hearing of a previous lawsuit where the courts ordered Holmes and the restaurant to pay over $900,000 to a former business partner. The Turkey Leg Hut and Holmes, folks, this is her doing. This is her doing now. She went through all of that backstabbing and chicanery, and take a look at what happened. The Turkey Leg Hut and Holmes have been wrapped up in...
Again, I'm an advocate for men. I'm an advocate for men. I'm all about men's growth. Shout out to my man, Joe Rogan. Playing professional ball, I was always taught how to conduct myself off the field because you don't ever know who's watching. I love doing things for the kids in the community. I love just being a good, helpful asset, whether if it's feeding the homeless or helping our elders at the grocery stores with their groceries, doing positive things within the community so that when my name comes up, there's always something nice to say about my name. Oh, we know who Big Truck is. Yeah, he came and he spoke to the school. He came and he did this. He signed autographs. He took pictures. He's an amazing guy. He's wonderful. He don't have no attitude with you. He'll stop and talk to you. That's how I've always been. Until this day, my name is brought up. Yeah, Truck is an amazing football player. He did great for arena football. He did great for the XFL. He did great for Team USA. Oh my gosh. And he's an indoor football Hall of Famer. Integrity. Your character is everything. When people see you, you want them to have something nice to say about you. And shout out to the people again on YouTube and Rumble. I'm going live on both platforms. Why? Because it's time to get that word out. It's time to continue to build. It's time to comment and share. Those that are following, please leave a comment. Say anything, even if it's just hello. Let me know you there. Let me know you here. Let's continue.
Other legal proceedings. Shortly after the health department shut the restaurant down, Holmes was sued by former investors James and Raquel Fortune. I covered this before too, you all remember. The Fortunes have accused Holmes of breaches of fiduciary duties and diverting assets, among other claims. Holmes is also in the middle of an ongoing divorce with estranged husband and former Turkey Leg Hut Turkey Leg Hut partner, Lindell Lynn Price. You see how they change history. Now listen to this last part here, everyone. She's in a good divorce from Lindell Price. Look at this last part here. Now, Lindell Price now heads the Oyster Hut. What? A spinoff of the Turkey Leg Hut that first opened in the parking lot directly across from the Turkey Leg Hut. Price still operates Turkey Leg Hut branded food trucks in partnership with the Fortunes at events in Texas and around the country.
So when people find out how she really get down, she gonna lose a lot of business. Once again, I cannot stand to see good men get taken advantage of. I cannot stand to see good men get taken advantage of. I don't care what race, what color your skin. You are a good man. I cannot stand to see good men get taken advantage of. But it's okay, man. It's okay, King. Because guess what? More doors going to open for you. Okay? You have some good husbands out there. You have some good men out there. You have some good fathers out there. You have some good men that are out there making an honest living. They don't mean no harm. They ain't fucking with nobody. But you have individuals that want to fuck with them. Until that man has had enough. And once that man has had enough, shout out to Amsterdam Vodka. It's going to be a long day for you. One thing you don't do is take advantage of a good man and think something ain't going to happen to your ass.
Go on and do that, Lindell. Go on and do that. Go on and do that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. She's sitting up here and done trashed the damn restaurant, but he's keeping it real G. He got together with the folk who had to sue her. They about the business, and they just like, hey, we gonna keep it pushing regardless. We gonna keep it pushing regardless. So he's letting you know, by the way, Turkey Leg Hut, okay, close the Turkey Leg Hut. I got the Oyster Hut right directly across the street. Remember what I told y'all, if it was me, I'd open up a restaurant directly across the street. Lynn is keeping it G. He is showing you who was the real brains, who was the real hustle. Take a look he continues to innovate. She ran it into the concrete and he's running it in for championships.
He took it to a food truck. He took his shit mobile. I got a food truck. Don't got to worry about rent. Don't got to worry about any of that. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. What do a large number of modern feminist spider monkey mop buckets do? They come running back. They come running back. She's going to come running back. And when she comes running back, them doors is closed. You don't do good people wrong. And I'm proud of him. And watch his business really take off. Because here's the thing. Out there in H-Town, you think they don't know? You think they're not seeing this? You think they're not reading the presses? Reading in between the lines? Looking into things instead of looking at things? Word of mouth is getting around. You motherfucker, you want the attention? You got it. Like I said, all attention ain't good attention. You got just what you asked for. You want to be noticed. You want to be seen. You want to be heard. You want to be visual. Spotlight's on you. Showtime. Showtime. Should have kept your damn legs and your mouth closed. You should have stayed in your lane. But your ego wouldn't allow you to stay in your lane. You wanted to do what Steph Curry's wife doing. Run your mouth. Out there doing the fuckery. I can respect Ice Cube and his wife. I can respect E40 and his wife. I can respect my homeboy Snoop. I know Snoop and Shantae, because we all from Long Beach. Long Beach Poly in the house. Long Beach stand up. I can also respect Denzel Washington and his wife. Why do I name those individuals? Look at their wives. They have their husband's back. They're supportive. You don't hear nothing about them cutting up in the public eye. From Ice Cube, E40, Snoop, Denzel Washington. You don't hear nothing about their wives cutting up. Why? Because they stay in their lane. They're respectful, they're cordial, they're kind. Integrity. I talk about integrity a lot. Another word I'm going to talk about, consistency. Being consistent in all that you do. Being consistent in your character. Being consistent of who you are. Don't allow yourself to get so far up that you lose track of who you are. That's like, now that my channel is growing and that word is getting out there, I'm getting emails, I'm getting people asking me questions, and, you know, I'm still the same humble person. And I'm waiting for Joe Rogan. I would love to go on his platform. And doing bodyguard for a few celebrities like Mike Tyson and Eddie Griffin. I'm ready to go on their platform as well. This wasn't easy building this platform. It took a lot. Yeah, then you have some naysayers. You having a podcast show. The King's Table. Yeah, right. Okay. Reminding men of who they are. There's a lot of hurt men out there. There's a lot of broken men. There's a lot of men out there that have a voice. Well, guess what? Those men can come on my platform where they won't be judged, where they won't looked at as stupid or funny or weird or a perv. No, they're looked at as men and treated as men. We have red table conversations. We have the water cooler conversations. We have the sideline conversations. We have the end zone conversations. We have the locker room conversations. We talk about things. We have adult conversations as men. And we huddle up and we come together. But we got to get down to the root. Men carry stuff too. Men hurt too. Men bleed too. Men cry too. But also, men heal. Men come together. Men mount up. Men get it together. Men solve problems. Run till that. Let this play and I'm going to give my final thoughts.
He's running it into the end zone and she's running it into the dirt. So I told you, he's the one who founded it. He's the one who, his ambition and his innovation and his creativity is what started this whole thing. And he's showing you he's still winning championships. His determination and creativity and innovation are still working and still going. That's how, it's like, okay, you say you built the turkey leg hut, build another one. He did. Well, build another one. He built another one. You get in the food trucks. I'm not just in Houston anymore. We're across the country. Meanwhile, she's wrapped up in a bunch of lawsuits and a bunch of drama and a bunch of garbage. Isn't that interesting? The only common denominator is her. She's the only common denominator.
Check fucking mate. Game is about chess, not checkers. And when the individual that is a liability, you got to get rid of the liability. By any means necessary, you get rid of the liability. Right now, she feeling like shit. She look like shit. You see? I already sent him a request on Instagram. Bring your business out here to the West Coast. Let's talk. I'll invest. You see? Those that know me know. Truck Nation Sportswear. Catch me on Instagram. These rings right here, I got 9 of them. I owe nobody a goddamn thing. I earned my shit. Playing on that field, I earned it. Men, always stay consistent on your dreams, whatever it is that you plan to do. And if you have a woman in your life and she's a liability, get rid of her ass. But if you have a woman in your life and she's an asset, keep her. That woman has to understand as a man how you roll, how you get down, how you function. In return, everybody's happy. With that being said, go out there and be the best version of yourself. Go on ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Shout out to those that's following me on Rumble and YouTube. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope each and every one of you have had a great Thanksgiving with your family and your friends and your loved ones. Please do me a favor. Go hug them for me. Hug your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Tomorrow's not promised. But at least they know you love them and you care. Looking forward to connecting with y'all again. It's your boy, Big Truck. Shalom.